Yeah, my skills are undeniable. I spit when I desire. My bars are on fire. You can call me the rap messiah. You don't want none of this. You know I'm a lyricist. I know you can't resist. By the way, my name is Fil-AMvis. Yeah, join me as we go and to the journey and dive into the world of firearms with me, Recall Therapist JC, and with other co-host MC Fil-AMvis. Enjoy this video. Hello, how you guys doing? My name is Recall Therapist JC, and welcome back to my channel. You're watching Recall Therapist JC and MC Fil-AMvis TV. Today, we'll be talking about EDC. Actually, I'll be sharing to you guys a pistol that I use for EDC and for my self-defense EDC basically. Within this video, I'm going to be talking about what I look for a pistol for me to consider it as a good EDC, and also what makes me made a decision of using this as a EDC. Also in this video, how I practice with it. With no further ado, we're gonna go ahead and start. First, as always, before we handle any firearms, safety check. So this goes to anybody, expert, newbie. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. As long as you're handling firearms, this is a must. You know, it doesn't matter if someone's watching you, no one's watching you. Every time you do a handle a firearm, it doesn't matter if it's your firearm, your dad's firearm, your friend's firearm. It doesn't matter. You know, make it a habit. You know, it's a muscle memory. Make it a habit. Every time you touch your firearm, somebody's firearm or anybody's firearm, treat it like it's always loaded. So if you put that in your mind and you embed that in your mind, it becomes a muscle memory. So every time you see a firearm, you will always think right away, oh, it's loaded. Even though you saw that they just unloaded it, or you saw that it's empty, they check it already. You check it yourself. You don't let other people tell you. You check it yourself, and don't get offended if somebody did a safety check in front of you that you just checked it. Okay. You should respect that. Reaching other people saying like, oh, you have to be safety, blah, 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 you have to do this step, and you're gonna get mad somebody, did it in front of you. That's stupid. That's just, separating yourself from them, saying that you're better than them. Hey, where you checking it? I'll check it already. No, I don't care. I will check it in front of you again. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're president of the United States, if you hand me a firearm, I will check it. I will make sure that it's empty. So because I've seen other people, whenever you do that, they have that face in there, like if they get offended, like I know what I'm doing. You're the newbie one. I don't care. We all equal here. It's a must. So I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter. So I just want to put that out there. Make sure that all my viewers are aware of it. That I couldn't stress that enough, and so you're gonna hear me talking about this all the time. This is a big thing to me. Always treat the firearms like it's loaded. Let's go ahead and get started. First of all, make sure additional safety precaution. Always make sure that there's no ammunition or magazine around on your working area, where you work out, where you handle the firearms. Again, I use this as a extra precaution. But remember, you make the firearms safe. You make the firearms unsafe. You make the people around you safe. You make the people around you unsafe. There's no amount of safety features that your firearm will have to make the firearm safety. It's always gonna be the person who's handling it or the owner. Because remember, the gun is not dangerous just by itself. Okay, it's not gonna fire by itself. It's not gonna squeeze the trigger by itself. The only time it's gonna be dangerous. Anytime that the human touches the firearm, it becomes dangerous. So with human intervention, so always put that in mind. You are the safety of the firearm. Okay, nobody else. It's you. Make sure that there's no ammunition and magazine around you or where you're working at. Make sure that the muzzle is always pointing in the safe direction. So in my case, it will be on the floor, and also on my left will be my safe direction. On the right also, it will be my safe direction, because I chose this particular place. You have to do a visual and a physical inspection. Make sure you follow those two important steps right there. It doesn't matter which one comes first. If you want to do the physical first, then the visual. But the most important thing is you don't skip any of those two, okay? So that's the only time you can determine that it's empty, is when you do a visual and the physical inspection of the chamber. So we're gonna do the step together. So here's the firearm. facing the safe direction. No magazine. Let's go ahead and lock the slide to the back. Do a physical and visual inspection. Okay, so visual see it that there's no cartridge inside the chamber, and I physically inspect it also. So we went to the step together of visually and physically inspecting. We could go ahead and I will go ahead and deem this firearm, or we can go ahead and deem this firearm to be safe to handle it and to operate. One of the most thing that I like about this G3c also is the trigger. You know, especially for the people that do dry fire. You know, especially the cost of the ammo right now, and also the ammo shortage. This is one good way to do a dry fire, so you can practice in the comfort of your home. I mean, not like other striker fire or pistol out there where you have to keep rocking it each time you reset the trigger. This one, I'm gonna show it to you guys. You know that it's safe. We checked it together already, visually and physically inspected. It's empty, okay? So I'm just gonna show it to you guys. So I'm gonna press the trigger, okay? Look. So when you press it, you reset it, and you can continue. You may keep on squeezing that trigger to do a dry fire. You know what I'm saying? Not like I said, not like other striker where you when you squeeze it, you have to rack it. Here the reset before you can do another squeezing your trigger. But this one you can do it continuously. So trigger wise, I'm not really like other people were like like they make a big deal about the trigger. For me, I learned to adapt on it. Okay, you just adapt and overcome. So that's how I do a lot of things. So I don't have to like change a lot of things. I can live with with the trigger of this one. This trigger is actually better than other triggers out there. Believe. Yeah, and also when I first got this comes with a like a stainless barrel. So I changed it because not because it's not working or it's not good. It's good, but it's just that I don't, I don't like the look of having a black pistol and you have like aluminum or like a silver color barrel. I just don't really I don't dig it. So I went ahead and changed my barrel to a black one also to match the color of the gun itself. And also I added hug rubber grip because the original grip of this one it's really ergonomic. I mean, it's really it's really good in your hands and everything. But if you carry this as a concealed, it rubs in your skin, and what happens is sometimes it irritate your skin because it's kind of like sandpaper. So that's why I went ahead and get a rubber grip on it to make it more feel comfortable in my hands. What else did I do with it? Well, that's basically it's the only thing that I added to this gun. Oh, and also the recoil spring. I changed it to the silver one because the one that comes with it, I just don't. It doesn't look sturdy. I mean, it didn't give me a problem, but I didn't wait to give me a problem, so I went to go ahead and change it because it's only like 15 bucks to buy this, so might as well get one. So besides that, this one this G3c has what do you call this a safety lever right here. But the thing is, like what I said, the main safety and the most effective safety mechanism of the gun is actually the handler or the owner or the person that I'm holding the gun. So you're basically the best safety option in there. So just make sure your booger hookers off the trigger all the time. Do not put your finger in your booger hooker in the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. Okay. This comes with a three 12-round magazine, but I'm gonna have to let you guys know make sure you know your state law, because some state have restriction on ammunition. Like in, I want to give an example, like in California, where you can only have about 10 rounds in your magazine, or else it'll be illegal. So they sell only like 10-round magazine. But here in Oklahoma, it's you don't have any limit on a number of rounds in a magazine. This is G3, G3c, G2 and G2c are actually the magazine are interchangeable. In here you can use it comes with a 12 round magazine, but you can use a 15 round magazine and a 17 round magazine. They're interchangeable, so it's good to for you guys to know that too. So at least you know that you can if you already got a G2 before, you got a full size G3 or G2, that you can use that magazine. What else? But yeah, they're almost the same as the G2, as I believe. I mean, I've shot the G2 before, but I don't really remember how it did. But it's really similar. It's just like they added more like the safety features in it and everything. Basically, that's what they did with it. They add that, and the ergonomics also, like the grip, the way it plants in your hand. But besides that, they're almost, I want to say they're like almost identical. They're really good. I mean, I've shot 2,000 rounds and more about on this already. Never give me a problem, like I said. I'm gonna give you guys a idea of how I practice it. If you got a gun and you use it for EDC and you use it for your self-defense, you want to make sure that you practice on it as much as possible. I mean, I will not tell you like how many times you gotta practice it, but I will say as much that you can, because if you gotta put your life into a pistol or a firearm, you gotta make sure that you know how to use it, that you're comfortable with it, that you know let's put it this way, that you make sure that you can hit the target. See me, I'm not really a good shooter. I mean, I go the range a lot, and I mean, I got all my experience in a shooting range basically because I shoot a lot. But that doesn't make me what do you got? A marksman, because I'm more on having fun. In the same time, my main target is to make sure that all my bullet hits the target. I don't want to waste any bullet that hitting the pin or hitting the other shooter's paper. So make sure you hit the target. So I always practice from 5, 10, because for me, those are the ones like I'm more possibilities that you will use your firearm as a self-defense. Because for me, anywhere if there's a threat, as long as they're not holding a gun that can shoot back at me too, if there's a threat that's more than 10 yards away from me, I don't consider it to be deadly threat. I mean, I will run away. I don't care whatever people say. I will run away. I save myself and I save the person's the what do you call it, the aggressor, the perpetrator. I'll save him also. Remember, whenever you have a gun, you gotta, not just because you have a gun, you gotta use it right away. First of all, you gotta know your state law on how the self-defense law in your state. Every state's different too. There's a castle law, there's a stand your ground law, and all other kind of laws. So you need to make sure of that too. You don't want to be caught in the middle where you're just doing yourself. You're just helping. You're just saving your family or yourself. And you ending up behind bars. So you gotta have to know the law. It's nothing to play with. Also, the same thing with even though it's legal to carry here in the States, some states, like I said, some states have limitations. You have to know the limitation about the rifles, and you need to know about what's a brace, what's a stock, what's we call this what's the rifle length, what could make it SBR. There's a lot of factors, so you gotta do your research. You're gonna know. Okay, I can't maybe it all to you. I mean, I know what legal and not, especially in my state, but I don't know everything on top of my head. But I know because I'm a law-abiding citizen. I love guns, but I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not gonna put myself where even those questionable by ATF, like you don't know how ATF, you don't know, they'll say it's illegal, no it's legal, no anything that's in the limbo. I don't even take chance and get one of those, because I don't want to be waking up in the morning and find out that I'm already a fugitive. So I gotta I want to make that clear to everybody. So that's just my suggestion. Don't put yourself where although you said they said that, oh, it's legal right now, but remember, ATF can change their mind anytime. So just stay away from it. I stay away from it. You know, now, I'm just saying that's just my advice. Again, also what's that again? Where am I? Oh yeah. Anything 10 yards and below, for me that's a threat already, because that's like a reachable or beyond reach already. So if he has like a baseball bat, it will hit me, you know. So, but I was still trying not to use the firearm, because remember, after you shot somebody, the conscience first is the conscience, you know. Especially if you kill the aggressor or the threat. I mean, you will carry that forever. We just took somebody's life, you know. That's first. Second, the after effect. You know, you will end up in jail. I mean, most of the time you're gonna end up in jail because you know, the police doesn't, you know, they have to do investigation stuff like that. Make sure you're not the aggressor or you're not the threat. You know, you will ending up in jail. So you have to make sure that you're physically and mentally ready if you ever end up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to your family already. You know, tell them what could happen. So, you know, for me, I chose this as my self defense. I already know what could happen to me. Of course, I will try to avoid it, but you know, get a insurance. There's a USCAA insurance. There's a lot of concealed carry insurance now that you could get, which, you know, they can help you bail out until your hearing. They'll provide attorney to you and all the other legal stuff. So that's one of my suggestions. It's a really good investment, you know, especially if you're carrying a gun. Also, so yeah, so that's how I practice. I practice offhand. I practice on my weak hand, which is my left hand, my right hand, one-handed. You know, anything scenario that I could think of. But then again, of course, in a lot of indoor shooting range, they won't let you do like doing a holster drawing shooting. But anything that I can get away with, I mean, not to get myself in trouble, but, you know, to get away with, like, you know, one hand and stuff like that, I will do it, because those are the scenario. Like, let's say your right hand is injured, you have to shoot in your left, so at least you can still, you know how, you know how it feels, and you can shoot in your left. And for me, anything, as long as all my bullet hits the target, for me, that's good. I mean, I will still try to get like a good grouping stuff like that, but I'm not trying to go to a competition. I'm trying to uh, save myself. So as long as I hit the target, for me, I did the job already. It's the same time with my EDC. As long as it doesn't give me any problem with feeding or you know what I'm saying. As long as every time I squeeze the trigger, that it goes bang, that's good. And as long as it hits the targets, for me, that's accurate already. Even though I know a lot of people will argue that, oh, your groupings are like 2 inches apart. It hits the target, especially if I shoot 15 rounds and it all hit the target, didn't you know, he didn't miss it. Guess what? If that's a person, he's gonna be down already. So, I mean, I still practice. Who doesn't want to be, shoot with a really tight groupings? That's cool, but that's not my thing. I'm not gonna waste my time and try to do that. I want to try to do, like, consecutive shot. I want to do fast burst shot. I want to, I'm not trying to do a precision one, because you're not gonna do a precision shot if you're trying to defend yourself. You're not gonna be like, well, hold on, sir, don't attack it. Stay there. I'm gonna shoot you first. Give me 5 second interval so I can do my no. So that's not a scenario, that's not realistic. So anybody can argue with me, they can argue with me forever. I'm gonna tell them, as long as I hit the target, for me, I'm doing the job. It's doing the job. Okay, so anybody want to argue with me, there's a comment down there, so comment whatever you think. And guess what, like I said, I'm just a regular armed civilian. Okay, and this is what the regular armed civilian thinks. Okay, so we're not like other guys that are in the special force or like in the, no, I'm just a regular uh, gun loving, firearm enthusiast, and what do you call it? Armed civilian. So for I don't set my standard like that. I want to have fun at the same time. So whatever, even this is my personal self protection pistol, but I use this for fun also. So sometimes I shoot from 15 yards to 20 yards. Also 20 yards is like, just having fun. 15 yards, I still practice that, but I don't focus on it. But I still practice it because, like I said, who knows, you might ending up having a gun battle with somebody. I don't think they're gonna do a gun battle 10 yards. They're most likely gonna do a 15 to 20 yards, and like they're hiding, like. So try to do practice. Okay, me, I don't practice with other, with the professional stuff like that, because if you can see that I have budget gun, that means I don't have a budget for practice. But guess what? I don't count me out in that, like, oh, you're gonna do training with the professional. Yeah, I understand. If I get the money, then I'll do it. But for now, as long as I'm comfortable with my pistol, I know I hit the target. I practice moving targets too, and I'm able to hit it. Then, for me, it should do the job for me. Okay, so I just want to make sure, so because there's gonna be a lot of people try to argue with that thing. You can argue all you want, but that's how I think about it. Okay, so like I said, don't take it all from me. Okay, this is just the way I do it. So if you think that's reasonable, you can do it too. But for me, I'm just trying to be practical and reasonable in everything I do. Okay, so I mean, I do want to have there's a lot of good other pistol in there, like around 400, 500 range. But why would I do that if I can get one for less than $300 and it'll do the same thing? Maybe not as accurate as that one or more comfortable as that one, but it still do the same job. It's to protect yourself. So, so I think that's a good thing. So all in all, I'm gonna go ahead and do a final thing with how many rounds I've put in it, how long I've had it, looking at the tearing wear, that it doesn't show any sign of wear or sign of any things that need to be replacing it. I haven't replaced any major part of it because of wear and tear. The only reason why I changed it because of the looks. I would say this is really a good gun, budget wise, accuracy wise, as a regular citizen, trying to defend himself for the accuracy. 5 to 10 yards is accurate. It hits the target. I mean, it hits where I wanted to hit. I mean, even though I cannot do follow-up shot with the same like really tight groupings, but it still hit the same target though. So I just want to see that. I say that. So later on, whenever I go to the shooting range, you'll see in the towards the end of this video when I'm doing, you can see all my bullets in there. You will see, yeah, they're here, there, everywhere. But guess what? You will see that they hits the target. It hits my intended target. So they can bite my butt from saying that I suck at shooting. But guess what? I didn't shoot to do we call it competition, practice for me to, just in case that I do, God forbid, have to use this choice of weapon that I have, that I'll be able to know how to use it. I know that it will run good, and at the same time, I know I will be able to hit my target. So all in all, it's a really great gun. Whenever I get rich or win lotto, I'm probably gonna get more expensive one. But for now, this is all I need. And also I want to be able to shoot other guns too. So that's why I stick with the cheap one, and I still can have fun with my AR and everything. So once again, this is my EDC everyday carry pistol. I use it as concealed carry also at the same time. It's the Taurus G3c. No problems when it comes to fitting. I might be one of those lucky ones. Maybe some other people have a problem, but I'm just saying that's my experience. Okay, I'm not trying to contradict other people's posts or review or whatever. I don't care what their review is. I'm just saying from my standpoint and from my experience. So again, this is my G3c, really good, affordable, and easy to conceal, and really comfortable in shooting. So stick a while, don't leave, stick finish this video, because I'm gonna go to the shooting range. I'm gonna do a few, about probably like 50 rounds in there, just to show you guys how I practice, and what I do whenever I shoot, and see how the recoil is, and all other things that you want to see on whenever you guys go to the shooting range. All right, so just stick back, and the shooting range video will come up after this. By the way, for all my subscribers, thank you very much for watching, and for all my visitors to this channel, if you haven't yet, please support my channel by subscribing and by sharing this video to other people. If you like this video, please leave us a like, and if you don't like it, just leave us a dislike, and please, if you do, leave us a comment so we can know how to improve the channel. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be updated for my channel's future video uploads. Again, thank you very much for watching.